Say, how you doing today? How are you doing today, man? I am your host, Lacey G. Souldier Turner. And today, man, I got a very, very special guest with me. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I love doing these type of interviews because it's people I, grew up watching, man. Listen, he's appeared in front of audience, man. He's been acting, playing instruments. He's a great entertainer. Like I said, American rapper, actor, model, DJ. He is the founding member of the DC-based go-go band, Backyard Band. He is also known for his portrayal of Slim Charles in the HBO crime drama television series The Wire, which is my favorite show. He has appeared in many, many, many monumental films, man. So without further ado, welcome to the platform, Anwan, Big G Glover, man. Welcome
How
to the
you
platform.
doing, man? Blessing, brother. Blessing to have me, man.
Hey man, look, I'm happy, man. Look, I'm happy and excited. So let me ask you this question, before we get into some things. Where were you born and raised, and how was your upbringing as a child?
Man, I was born in Washington, D.C., uptown, Northwest Washington. Upbringing was a little rough, man, raised by my mom, single mom. My dad was always incarcerated, penitentiary guy, back and forth in the penitentiary. It was tough, you know what I mean, with my other siblings. For the record, I'm my only child living sibling left. I'm the only kid left living out of my families, out of my siblings. So it was pretty rough growing up, man.
Mm, I can understand that. So what got you into
Yeah.
acting?
Well, in school, like in elementary, like we had drama express, we had the male ensemble singing. I played the French horn and stuff like that. So I always was into acting in school. But like in DC, it's not really that many outlets for like when you want to like New York City, like where you can go to a school of arts, performing arts, or they had a performing arts school in Baltimore. But my city was different. We didn't have all that, so we just did like drama plays and stage plays and stuff like that. And I always wanted to do it. And I always was into it, like watching TV, my favorite shows and stuff like that. So once I got a chance to audition and stuff like that, I started broadening my horizons, stepping out, trying to go out of town and do more stuff and casting and trying to get into television.
Gotcha. So I seen that you got shot 13 times and stabbed
Yeah,
4 times. So do
yeah,
you think with all that, God had a purpose for you? Because I know that is crazy, like to deal with all of that.
yeah, definitely. I think God had a purpose for me. Like I said, I'm my mom's only child, living child. And growing up where I grew up at, in the hood of 14th Street, behind Black Hole Morton Street, 640, it was always rough because it was a drug-infested neighborhood. East neighborhood we moved to, it was always a drug-infested neighborhood. So I think I had a purpose, and I was always a leader as well. So I
Mhm.
know I saw a lot of guys that went down that follow path and they make it. You know what I mean? So with me being a leader and having my own mind, I think that's what kind of kept me moving as well, with also the guidance of like older people, like just trying to tell me, man, you ain't gotta do that. You a super talented kid. Keep going, try to do something else with that talent, man.
Mhm. Okay, I got you. So how here go the question: how did you get the role of Slim Charles in The Wire?
Oh man. So my man Jay Koo, I don't know if you guys remember Teen Summit on BET.
Of course, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
my man, he was the light skinned kid that had the dreads.
Hmm.
So he saw my headshot in the Brian Bullock agency, and he was like, "Hey, yo, G Anwan, man, it's a audition for The Wire." And I was like, "Man, that's my show, man. That's my show." He was like, "Man, it's an audition. You gotta go. You can't miss it." So at the time, I was working on KYS, and he kept coming. He was like, "Look, you gotta make this audition." He actually took me to the audition, and I read for Marlo Stanfield. I
Hmm.
read for Drag. I read for a couple of characters on the show, but I was actually coming from Houston, Texas, with a trip I won with Steve Francis,
Hmm.
and I got the call from Pat Moran Cash and say I got the role of Slim Charles. Man, when I got that role, that was it. I went crazy on the plane, man. And then that was it from there. I was going. I've been moving ever since. That role opened up a lot of doors for me. Then I cut my braids off, and
Yeah,
But
yeah.
once I got that role, that was like that was it. That was the role right there. That was it.
Hey man, like Slim Charles was one of my like favorite characters on the wire. Like just the way he was able to, be a chameleon and maneuver, and he had morals and principles. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Indeed. Yeah.
listen, man. Listen, and one, but you got to say my favorite scene, man. You got to say the line on a Sunday morning, man. I got to hear that.
On a
Let me hear
Sunday
that. Let me hear
morning.
that, man.
On a Sunday morning, you try to hit a nigga when he taking his wrinkled ass grandma's to pray, and you don't hit the nigga. I'm standing here holding a torn up church crown of a bona fide color lady. You know what a color lady is? Not your mom's for sure. Because if it was that, you wouldn't have did that bullshit, man. You trifling with Avon here. You know that? That was that, man.
Hey man, I love it.
Yeah.
I love, man. Listen, man, I love it, bro. The passion you put in. You should have known better than that bull.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bullshit, man.
and even with
Yeah, man.
yeah, even I was like, even with the scene with Stringer Bell, with the like Senator Clay Davis, like, hey man, that's some
Oh yeah.
assassination. Like, I ain't
Clay
trying to.
Davis, downtown Clay Davis. Shit looks strange, man. Murder ain't no thing. But this here's some assassination shit, man. You know, them was like my favorite pieces, man. Cause
Man,
like, people
yeah,
always try to get me to recite them lines all the time. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a black. I'm talking. I could be anywhere, New York City, man. I could be anywhere. They be like, "This so Slim, man. What's up, man? We gonna fight on that line, man. We gonna fight on that line." So, man, it's like love, man.
classics, man, classics. Even
Classics,
like,
man.
even one of my favorite lines because the Wire dropped a lot of Jews. So even when you and Cuddy was in the office and you told Avon, I stubbed him on the shot and he was
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
he was a man in his day. He was like he's a man now.
man. Now, yeah,
Like
hell
I
yeah. That was
respect the
the
Avon. Like Marlo, I don't think Marlo had no more.
nah. He ain't kidding about nothing, man.
Yeah, he got the
Now,
lady in the store killed just to set up
yeah,
Omar. I'm like, she
yeah.
ain't even
Ain't
had nothing to do with the
do
game.
with it, man. He ain't kidding nothing about it, man. And that's how it was like the show was so unique and down to a science because like that's how the street was, man. The street was like that. And a lot of people lost their life to drug overdoses, to people getting murdered, to the whole nine. But that show, like I shout out to all those other shows that came after our show.
Mhm.
But we put the blueprint down, man. People learn from the Wire, man, how to put that thing on screen, man.
Yes. And then one thing I love about The Wire, like if you get a show like Scandal, it's about it's about the president and this, but The Wire was everything tied together: politicians, the police, the streets. You know what I'm saying? The school
Everything,
system, the newspaper, and it all tied in together. So that's why I really.
everything. And that's why everybody could relate to it all the way to the season when we did with the kids, with
Mm-hmm.
the school system and what your kids doing while you at work. It showed you, man, all the way down to the docks.
Right.
How the drops or how the transport and stuff was coming in on the docks in Baltimore and the
And
shipments and stuff like that. That was a part of real life, and that's how people were getting paid and things of that nature. So I
a
don't
lot
think
of
no
people,
other show would be that
hated
right,
that.
that
They
big,
hated that
that
second
real.
season, but I loved it though. I loved the doc season because it was important for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I loved it. It showed you the growth. It showed you what goes on in Baltimore because Baltimore, Charm City, is a city in its own. You know what I mean? But
Facts. So let me ask you this. So
you know,
can you hear me? Okay. Are you still here?
yeah,
So let me ask you this. So the Wire, it was like the largest African American ensemble cast. It really ain't even get a lot of recognition to it went off the
I
air.
know, man, because we was the largest African American
Yeah,
cast in a series ever.
facts. So how you
And
feel about that though in the talent?
I because we did that photo shoot that day,
Mm,
and just to look at all that amazing talent that we were surrounded by, and nobody acted like Oscar Water winning people. It was just we was a family.
mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, "Hey, you want to run lines? And let's get lunch." And everybody was chilling, and you know what I mean. Just like with Michael K, everybody, man, Idris, Woolhurst, everybody ever tell stories and stuff like that. It just was like we was out kicking it, man. Like Jamie, everybody, Banger, like Felicia, everybody was family, man. You know what I mean? Trey Chain, everybody was like family, man.
Mm,
JD Williams, everybody was just out, man. Like Sonya, everybody was family, man.
mm,
Still to this day, Wendell, everybody, still everybody's family.
mm. I like that. I love that camaraderie. And
Yeah,
one thing I want to say too, just like no knock to other show, like no knock to Power, not any of that. But The Wire, I love. It was real. You know, I remember on the last season when I had On Demand, I'm sitting here watching, and then
yeah,
rest in peace to Mike K. Will he get killed? I'm like, hold on, he got to get his
yeah.
revenge. I'm rewinding
Hey,
back
yeah,
like he got to get his
man.
revenge. But it just show you, no, this is real life. You know, ain't no fairy
This
tale.
how it go. Yeah, no, this how it go. Even when Stringer, even
Yeah.
when Stringer got killed, Edges, my aunt, she smacked me in the back of my head. I'm like, Auntie, you taking this TV stuff too far. She be like, "Then what? Ain't you supposed to be the must? Don't you supposed to be watching him? For no happen to him?" I said, "Listen, y'all tell I was at my family reunion at that point. I'm like, man, come on." She like, "Yeah, I'ma smack that boy upside his damn head. He ain't watch my boyfriend." I like that, man. Shit was crazy, but people really was thinking that thing was real, bro. I'm like, hold up, Mars, you
Yeah.
taking this TV too far, bro.
So look, let me ask you this, Anwan. What was your favorite season on The Wire?
Oh man, I had a couple, man. My season, well, like I said, I really liked it. Season, I say season what 4
With the kids?
with the kids because it's like you know what I mean. Like I talked to Name and I talked to Nathaniel. I talked to those like Dookie. I talked to them. They're my little brothers, man. Them some super talented kids, and it
Mhm.
just showed, man, that the writers, like with George Pelican, the writers were super amazing writers. They
Mhm.
put them kids in that show, man, wrote them kids in. And that
Yeah,
show with the kid Laura Hoppers, man, show what them kids go through in Baltimore.
right.
And I'm quite sure everybody around the world could relate to that show. Kids
Mhm.
have to go to school and kids get on drugs. They sticking together, you know what I mean, stealing cars. That's what life bring you. That's why that show was so authentic that they touched the school system, they touched the docks, they touched the politics. They
Mhm. So my season 4, that was my favorite also because like you said with the kids, it showed you like Dookie, he was so smart. But then, like he turned into a crackhead because of the circle. If he had a family, you know what I'm saying, that could have
right.
helped him succeed in life, he could have went great. You know what I'm saying? He was very smart, but these
Yeah.
circumstances of life show you
Yeah.
how kids can wind up. These kids ain't bad kids or anything. So
Nah, man. And that was so what was so real about the show. And a lot of people lied. That happened with me. Like I got friends right now. I come out the barber shop, I come out the store, my show, and there's friends I grew up with that's on heroin now, that's on crack or you know what I mean, fentanyl, and it's sad, man. It's like we literally grew up as kids together, and in real life, you on drugs. But we saw the people on drugs standing in front of our building, nodding off in our building, being in the hallway, seeing them sleep in the hallway. And now few of my friends, now one or two, a couple I can count on my hand, that a lot of them are on drugs, and it's sad.
yeah. And to sum it up, I want to say to sum up season 4, like the scene that was so powerful to me. I don't know if you remember when Michael and Dookie was in the car and he was like, "Hey man, you remember when we had them balloons and we do that?"
Boss is
Michael
real
was trying to think, and he was like, "I
yeah,
don't." It's like it just
yeah.
shows you all the trauma that he went through that you don't even remember
Nah,
that.
you don't remember that because they put him in a seat where he had to be a grown up, and then he had flashbacks of like, damn, you ain't got to do that. Like the time when Snoop was trying to get him, he was like, but they ain't even know what's going on, man. You got to do that. Like it's what's got to happen. You know what I mean? He really want to do that because he
Yeah,
know where he came from and he know how he had to grow up. But a lot of kids is like right now in real life is forced to be into that life, but really don't want to be that. Cause
right,
like I had to do that. You know what I mean? I had a big brother that you know what I mean that told us we had to go by the code. What we had to always make sure we had a weapon. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But we ain't want to have no weapons. You know what I mean? We wanted to just, you know what I mean, be regular kids. We wanted to go to school, wanted to be in music, film. I ain't want to be in no street life. You know what I mean? But it was a part of our everyday upbringing. You know what I mean? It was just a blessing that I could be able to showcase my talent and my skill on film and
Yeah,
get away from that life, you know?
facts. And then I know I wanted to touch on this a little bit. We all deal with death, but I know you lost your
Yeah.
your brother and your son in 2022. How
Yep.
did both of those deaths impact your life?
Oh man, crazy, man. It's like you're just trying to step back. You know what I mean? The neighborhood that I grew up in, like I tell you, is still drug infested, still crews, because in my city, we don't have gangs. We got crews.
Mm,
So you know what I mean? And they just go by different street names and things of that nature. So you get caught up in that life, man. And my son, he was an excellent basketball player. You know what I mean? He could have did whatever he wanted to do, but
mm,
sometimes the street take you to another place, man, that you can't return from, sometimes. So, I just gotta keep pushing, keep his name in good grace and make sure his daughter be good, graduate school. If she wanna go to college, I'm just gonna be right there as long as I can, to just keep pushing the same. With my brother kids, he got three daughters that graduated already from college. So
mm.
they doing excellent, man. Just gotta keep
Good.
their name alive and just keep going, bro.
All right, that's good. That's super good, man. Salute to
Yeah.
you for doing that, still keeping their names and all that alive for real.
Yes. Oh, most definitely, man.
So let me talk about this because we all know you from Slim Charles, but one film I want to talk about that I felt was powerful because they always try to erase our history. 12
Right.
years a slave, you was in 12 years a slave. So how
Yeah.
was that experience, especially like going back recreating something that our ancestors have been through?
Man, that was crazy. Like, to have that role, also Michael K. Williams was on that too.
Mm-hmm.
So that weekend that we filmed, he had filmed some days before me, and we met and had dinner what was I think it was a Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday. We had dinner. We was talking, and he was telling me the stuff he saw on set, and I was telling him the stuff I saw on set, and just to see what our ancestors had to go through, I got emotional twice. But the director, they let me stay on set because I wanted to watch. I always wanted to watch because I want to eventually start filming my own stuff, directing. And I watched it, and the stuff that I see that our people had to endure, as far as getting beat and the things we had to go through with our women and our parents and our ancestors getting raped and stuff like that. That was a tough film to watch, man. And just for me being a part of that, and I won a little Oscar runner up thing where I got a little money for being on the film and stuff they had was SAG. And it was just like, man, a blessing to have that on my resume, period. But just a part of history that
Yeah,
what we went through it was crazy to see that.
yeah, definitely.
And then
Um,
the makeup people, like if you would have saw it, how they had to make their back up like they was getting beat with
yeah,
whips.
yeah,
But just imagine how people had to go through that
real
with their
life.
back, yeah, with their
Yeah,
back and stuff split open. They ain't had the cream and the antibiotics and stuff back then. They really had to go
exactly.
through
Yeah,
like with those lacerations and things of that nature. I know it was super horrific to go through that pain, man.
yeah. So I think that
Yeah,
was a very important film. So
yeah, super. Yeah.
yeah. But do you have anything coming up that you want to promote?
Yeah, yeah, man. Watch out for the series called Brothers. They're gonna be shooting out of DC. Brother Juke is gonna be super executive producer on that. I'm gonna get my producer shots on that as well and directing. It's gonna be about a series on me about brothers. About this, it's gonna be a true story out of Washington D.C. out of my city. Watch out for a bunch of voiceover stuff I just did with TV One. Backyard band, what we doing? We're gonna be at the Roots picnic coming up with CeeLo Green. Watch out for our album. We doing a bunch of stuff with this in the city. Also, watch out for my documentary, the
Mm,
Anwan Big G Glover story coming. We could probably jump on another interview with you
oh
and
yeah,
talk about
definitely,
that when we close.
definitely.
Just you know what I mean, by philanthropy, what I'm doing in the city with Hugs Not Slugs, the 501c3 that I started. But just doing a bunch of stuff, man. I've been auditioning for some stuff.
Mm.
I'm just waiting on some callbacks, but you know what I mean? Just I want everybody to stay tuned, man. We have this futuristic AI series that we're gonna be on. This what I'm doing with my brother Chris Broadway. Just want everybody to stay tuned, man. We getting it done.
Anwan out here working, and you out here working, brother.
Yes, yes
Well,
indeed,
I
man.
got I got three more questions, but okay. So,
Okay.
on your journey, what would you say has been your greatest challenge?
Oh man, just staying focused, man, and not letting the streets call me back.
Mm,
Because like where I live at, man, and then the industry that I'm in with go-go music, you can see it. It can happen at a blink of an eye. You
mm,
could be here today and gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, city of Washington D.C., we still dealing with a lot of gun violence, and I just feel that acting just made me so hungry, man, that I'm always in another city all the time. I'm
mm,
in New York, Atlanta, might be in Seattle, Washington, might be in LA, might be anywhere that I get booked at. And sometimes, majority of the time, it's a blessing to get away and just relax. And then I also learn how to stay focused and not really let the outside noise bother my heart. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people let their brain react over their feelings.
facts.
Then I got a good brother that I'm riding with right now, Leroy Brandon. He always kind of keep me grounded. Like what I mean, like he'll tell me sit the fuck down. Sometimes you need to hear that. Just sit
Facts,
your black
facts,
ass down, bro.
facts. Yeah,
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That been the most challenging thing, just not to let the street call me home, man. You know
got
what I mean? Because a lot of times people just think that it's that easy, but it ain't. You know what I mean? But you just got to stay focused and keep positive people around you, man. And just like if you know, you really like life, just go somewhere in your mind where you think is good at. And it's better just to, you know what I mean, listening to that second person talking. You know what I mean? Like your inner conscious say, hey, go down there and get a drink. Nah, drink
it.
some water and look at TV. Put
Facts.
your shoes on. Nah, leave your socks on. Put your shirt on. Nah, get in the shower. So you just be smart, man, about it.
The Anwan dropping jewels for you today. So, on the flip side of that, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment?
Oh man, I say my greatest accomplishment, man, is being able to be on television, man, because nobody ever thought that I'd be able to be on television, man. And not just one HBO shows, man. It's like what, it's three, four. So I've
Mm.
been on The Wire, Treme,
Treme, yeah.
The Deuce,
Hmm.
and Rocket Science. That's why, but I was only on there briefly. So you know what I mean. Four times is a charm. You know what I mean. So it's a blessing, man. And I'm thankful for George Pelicanos. I'm thankful for David Simon because they tend to throw me a pass and I don't drop it, man. Whenever they throw me a pass, I hold on to it tight, man,
Mm.
and then they keep letting me work. So you know what I mean. It's a blessing to be in that family step.
That's good. That's good. So, what advice would you give to any, up and coming actor, anybody that's trying to get into the industry?
Man, get some work, man. Look at a lot of old film,
Hmm.
study a lot, get you some monologues down, just study a lot. Just like don't let the noise don't and another thing, don't get discouraged when you don't get picked. Cause I used to get upset when I didn't get a role. Like you gonna read for 1,000 roles and don't get them, but you get that one, and it'll be a hit for you, you know? So you gotta just keep going. Once you do get some work, get you some good people in your corner, get you a good manager, a good agent. If you can, sometimes you gotta make like relationships along the way. I made a lot of relationships, so I know a lot of different people that I did great work, and they call me. They be
Mm.
like, "Hey, Anwan, hey, it's something." And then like with the Wire family, like one of your brothers might call you, be like, "Hey, you know what I mean? I got something you might want to read for." My agent say, "Hey, this is that." Or I seen some people was asking about you, so try to get a brotherhood, but that Hollywood stuff is kind of hard though. But
Yeah.
if you ever get a chance to get on a series like join like a little brotherhood, man, because I could call all my brothers in anytime and they, you know what I mean, just need to vent.
Mm.
Andre Royal, he was like one of my advocates when my son was killed and played Bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
And he texts me every day or every other day. Man, don't man, stay focused, Anwan. Don't go back. Just focus, man. Sending you love, little bro. Love you, little bro. How you feeling, little bro? You eat the day. Take your time, man. That he don't know how much that helped me so much, man. I mean, that helped me through that pain because I was paining real bad. Like somebody went in there and stabbed me inside my heart, man. That was hurting, man. So it's sometimes it's just a support system, young brother or sister. If you up and coming and you want to be in acting, just focus, man. Don't listen to the outside noise and get you some people that really love you, that'll really give you that tough love as well, because you're gonna need that tough love. You ain't gonna need nobody telling you that's a piece of cake. Because
Mm-hmm.
acting, I gotta know my lines and I gotta know yours, because I gotta know when to come in, and you can't jump it. You can't come in while that other actor is talking, because you'll be cut. Hey, a little
Fact.
natural now. Take your time, breathe. 1, 2, action. So you gotta be on point. It's a school, man. If you can take any classes, take some classes. You know what I mean? Get sharp as you can. You know?
Mm. Okay, look at that, man. He just dropped jewels on you. So, Mr.
Yeah.
Anwan, let the people know where they can find you at. Let them know where they can find you at.
Oh man, Instagram ANWANGLOVER. Also, you can catch me on the backyard page BACKYARD, Washington DC. Man, truly blessed. I'm here, always focused, man, and keep it tight. Want everybody to get the kids a hug, because a lot of the kids not getting the hugs, man. They just giving them slugs at an early age, man. Y'all stay focused. And Washington DC zone, man. Big G and One Glover, man. I'm here.
All right. And my last question that I love to ask all my guests:
All right.
when it is all said and done, and you are long gone from this earth, what is it that you want the world to know about Anwan Glover?
I want the world to know, man, that I was always a true friend, always a real person, man, and never bite my tongue, man. Always gonna let you know what's up and let you know how it is, man. Because if you bite your tongue, they'll never know the real person.
Mm, that's real right there. So look, Mr. Anwan, go listen. I write and direct movies also, so we gonna
Oh
work together.
yeah.
I'm manifest. Yeah, I done won awards at film festivals and everything. So
Oh man, that's what's up. So send me your email, bro. Send the
okay,
email over to.
definitely go work together. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, throw that work over here, man. We can knock some
Like,
home runs, man.
but I thank you, man. I appreciate you for this interview. I'm gonna let you know when I write the article and put out this interview, on our platform. And I'm grateful, man. You just made my day today. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's beautiful, man. So let my agent know, because I'm gonna jump on another call. Let my agent know that we completed
Okay.
the interview and everything, and we straight.
Okay. Salute, brother. Have a rest of a
All
great
right,
day.
man. Salute, man. Talk to you soon. Okay,
All right.
lock me in and text me if I can program you in,
I got you.
and text me your email as well.
I got you.
Blessings.
Bless.
Peace.
All right.